And what is your favorite subject in school?
In high school, it was physics because physics was actually really fun, but now I don't really have one. Just school is all school. Football is my favorite subject.
Would you have considered attending somewhere like UCLA without football?
No.
Why not?
Because I wouldn't go in anywhere without football.
Did you talk to a college counselor at your high school?
No, I didn't even fill out a college application.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, it was like that.
What emphasis did your parents put on education when you were growing up?
Education was everything. I had to have a 3.0 or else I couldn't play sports. So they've always made sure I kept my grades up, but you know what I'm saying, I've always made sure that I kept my grades up and been successful in sports because that's what I love. School's number one, but I don't even know if school's number one. School and football are both number one. They go hand in hand.
If you could go back to, I guess before you signed like commitment to UCLA, what would you tell yourself? I
didn't think that they would control your life as much as they do. From wake up at 6 and go lift at 6:30 and class from 9 to 12 and meetings from 1 to 3 and then more meetings from 3 to 4:30 and then practice from 4:30 to 6 and then tutoring from 7 to 9 and then you get back to go to your room. Then you get to go back to your room and study or try to hang out with friends or, you know what I'm saying, go out and party. And it's just, they take a lot of time and you got to learn how to manage it or else you will fall behind.
How did your parents play a role in your success educationally?
My educational roles? Like I said, they, you know what I'm saying, they were always on me if I brought home a bad grade or a bad progress report or something, or a teacher would call them, then my motivation was always that they wouldn't let me play sports. So it wasn't, you know what I'm saying, it was never an issue for me because I knew if I didn't bring it home, I wouldn't play. So I always brought home good grades just because sports is my passion, is my love, and if I didn't play sports, it would kill me inside. So why not just do the work and get it over with and go out there and thrive and do something you love to wake up and do every day. That was my thoughts and feelings on the situation.
What are some of the values that you brought up with in your family that are cultural values that you didn't learn anywhere else? You just learned within your family?
Well, the number one thing is families first. Always first and foremost. No matter what happens, no matter what happens to me, or you know what I'm saying, if I could blow out a knee, or I could never play football again, or something crazy can happen, but no matter what, I know if I picked up the phone, I could have my whole family down here in less than 24 hours. And so, I mean, that was probably the biggest thing. Family's always first. You know what I'm saying? Respect is probably another good thing that my family taught me. And, you know what I'm saying? Don't lever. And probably like the number one thing, which I pride myself on more than anything, is never let anyone tell you, you know what I'm saying, you can't do it. If you want it, and that's what you're truly passionate about, then it's on you to go out there and get it and let nobody stop you from getting it. So.
Do you feel that your coaches understand these cultural values you're brought up with? Or do you think it comes up?
I think they understand it to a degree, but once again, a coach has 100 and something players on the depth chart. You know, their job isn't to understand the values you were brought up with your whole life. I mean, their job is to put together a football team that's going to win games. And I'm not saying they don't care about you as a person, but I'm not saying they don't care about you as a person, because our coaches do, but I'm not saying that they should be there and try to understand every intricacy of your personality, because that's not their job.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years when you're 29? Like an ad, right? I think I did.
In 10 years, God willing, I see myself playing in the NFL, being successful in the NFL, and having enough money to make sure that I won't have to struggle for anything the rest of my life. Make sure I'm financially stable and make sure my family is financially stable. So that's God's plan. So God willing, hopefully it'll be my plan too.
Like, how many hours did you say you spend on schoolwork?
A week? How many hours do I spend a week on school?
Outside of like classes.
Outside of class? Probably like 10 or 11.
And what about on football? Outside of like the actual physical practice of you being on the field.
Probably like 15 to 20. Somewhere in there.